Hello. Today I wanted to talk about some things I wish people knew about chronic pain over the holidays. Number one, pain fluctuates. My physical abilities can change throughout the day or from one day to the next. There are times where even though it's still painful, I am able to walk. But having severe chronic pain is like running on a gas tank, but it's never full and you can never read the meter. I can run out of gas unexpectedly and then you can find me crawling on the ground. I do what I can when I can, and I try my very best to participate. Number two, I don't find the holidays and or family gatherings an appropriate time to ask me about my health. These are times when I want to be present and be with my loved ones and not necessarily be put into positions where I feel obligated to have repetitive discussions, because you're not the only one who's asking me, or receive unsolicited advice about my pain and health. It's not a fun topic. In fact, it can make me very sad and frustrated. If you'd like to catch up, if you'd like to learn about it, I'd probably be more open to it in a private setting where I feel safe to emote and express how I feel. Give me a phone call or send me an email. And in fact, an email is probably going to be better for this fatigued and socially anxious girl. But personally, I don't think it's fair to ask me to reveal things that are deeply personal and upsetting on a holiday that we aspire to be filled with joy. Number three, please don't offer me advice about an illness you do not understand. First, know that I appreciate you and I am so grateful that you want to help. But more than likely, I'm already aware of the thing that you're about to suggest. At this point, it's going to be hard to tell me anything that I don't know about or haven't considered. People often hear about my chronic pain and illness and immediately offer up easy fixes. Have you tried yoga, exercise, green tea, so-and-so diet? You just need to lose weight. You just need to think positive. You just need to push harder. Oh God. It's frustrating when people simplify chronic illness and chronic pain because it can feel like you're not taking it seriously. Like you don't think it's real. You think the pain is just some tension from the work week or this fat phobic idea that if you're not thin, then your weight is what is causing you pain. Or do you offer medical advice to cancer patients when you yourself have never experienced cancer before? I hope not. For the record, pushing myself is something that I do with or without advice because I'm a stubborn little Leo. The only thing it gets me is more flare-ups and more pain. Try harder? I do try. Every day. And to imply otherwise is so offensive to me. It's a struggle to get out of my bed. Because my fatigue and because my flare-ups with my back pain, sometimes it hurts so much I can't even sit up. So I must lay still, flat on my back, sometimes for days at a time. Because of lack of accessibility, I struggle going out and seeing my friends. I never thought I would fantasize about cleaning my room before, but I do. It becomes a mess and I have to wait for the energy to come. And before I get, but you should try, I do try. I have a yoga mat in my room. I practice my stretches daily. I practice morning and night meditation. I play healing tones during my sleep. And honestly, that's more for my morale. That's more for my spirit, for my mental health. It doesn't really improve my physical pain. So though these suggestions are often helpful to folks with tension or injury, this is not the same thing. Number 4, please understand if I can't participate in all activities. Chronic pain doesn't care if I'm having fun. It doesn't care if it's the holidays, or if I only get to see you guys once a year. Flare-ups are typically triggered by physical exertion, but sometimes they just come at random and there's nothing I can do about it. As much as I can, I try to not allow those surprises, so I have to know my limits. I have to know when I need a break or when I'm just done. There are so many times I want to do something, but my body can make it very difficult. Number 5, just because I may put on makeup and get dressed up and look great doesn't mean I'm not in pain. Even if I look great or I don't look sick, it doesn't mean that I'm not actually in a lot of pain and I'm not making my absolute best effort to be there and be present. Even if I'm laughing, smiling, or speaking, it does not mean I am not in pain. I am always in pain. Just sometimes the pain level escalates. I live with this. I fight this. This is my everyday, my every breath. And I do my very best to do the little things that make me feel better about myself and my aesthetic. Number 6, sometimes chronic pain can affect the way I think. The fatigue can make me foggy-brained, can make me distracted, even affect my eyesight. Sometimes I can become irritable or easily frustrated because of the pain, and I apologize in advance if ever I act in a way that is a projection of my pain. Number 7, how you can be supportive. It does not help to dismiss my pain, to simplify it, trivialize it, to tell me it will get better one day when you are not in a complete understanding of what it even is. It doesn't help to impose that onto me. What I could really use is genuine support, acknowledging that this is really happening to me, offering me validation for how I feel, and then just asking me how you can be of support, asking me if I want to talk about it, if I would like to vent, if I need space, if I would like to be alone. Ask me if it's okay to ask me questions, if it's okay to offer me advice. Just ask me. Ask me what I would like and how you can be supportive to me, instead of assuming that you know exactly how to do that. I love you all very much, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday, and I will see you guys eventually.